This video will describe how to create a basic network for use in Network Analyst. Well, for starters, here we have some road layer data, and this is from Shawnee County, Kansas. It's brought in so that way the first step, creation of a geodatabase, will run a little bit quicker. So here, the first step is creating a geodatabase. So I'm going to select our catalog in this example. And you have to know where you want the geodatabase to be located, obviously. And there is a folder here called Roads. I'm going to right-click and create a geodatabase. New File Geodatabase. Can't go wrong with those. And I'm going to call this geodatabase Shawnee. And also, I'm going to create a feature data set within my geodatabase. So all I have to do is right-click on my geodatabase and go to New one more time. New feature data set. And because I'm not a creative soul, I'll just call it Data. And I'm going to establish the coordinate system as being NAD 1983. Please use that which you want to, but I favor that. And then just go through the defaults, unless you have a reason not to. And now there's a feature data set. Now it's time to import data. And that's where having the layer in question here available will make things a little quicker. So I right-click on data. And I go to Import, Feature Class Symbol, Single. And under Input Features, there it is, Shawnee County Roads. And it knows it's going to go into that geodatabase, and I'm just going to call it Roads. Or maybe Roads underscore Shawnee. That way I can honor the county. And then just click OK. And now my computer is thinking. And it says, congratulations, we have data here. Okay, so now there's a road layer inside of a geodatabase that was just created. Now, in order to create the network, that is going to be done within the feature data set. So, right-click on your feature data set, and you will go down to New Network Data Set. And here we go. Now we start to create a network data set within a geodatabase. This example, I said it's a basic example, which means that we're not going to delve into a lot of the additional functionality. This is going to be just straightforward. You've got some road data, you've got some river data, or whatever, and you just want to create that network. So, beginning it says, what do you want to call it? I'm not going to mess with the naming. I'm going to go through some of the defaults here. It wants to know what's going to be a part of the network. Right now, I just have road data from this county in Kansas. If I had other things too, if I had, let's say jogging trails and things like that I wanted to add in there. Let's say I was going to set up a triathlon or something like that, and I was going to want to do some networking, and you can bring in as many things as you want, layers, that'll be a part of that overall network. But for now, just the roads. And then the next one I click here, it says, do you want to model turns in this network? Unless you want to die a violent death by going, say, 50 miles an hour and then suddenly taking a 90-degree turn, well, this is what this is all about. It's going to gradually make the turn. So it makes things a bit more smoother when it comes to the modeling. And when it comes to connectivity, again, for now, this is just a general example. So I'm going to go to the next default. And it's when it comes to the creation of the network, when it comes to the structure, it's just adding a little bit more information here. So right now, I'm just kind of skimming over the defaults, but the bottom line is this: through the defaults, it is creating just a very basic network, and it wants to know what the cost is going to be, and since this is distance, it has the units identified here as meters. And if you had something else, like for instance time, you said it usually takes 30 seconds to get down this road or something like that, that would have been the cost, but now the cost is in the units of meters. And going through the rest of the defaults, the last thing you're going to get is a little summary of what the network is going to look like. And like a lot of operations within ESRI software, the defaults are actually pretty decent. So I'm going to give it my thumbs up, and I'm going to click Finish. And it says the new data network dataset has been created. Would you like to build it now? Yes. What you're saying there is you gave it your seal of approval. Let's make something now that's going to be functional. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Maybe in a day or two, a friend was going to have another layer of information that they said we really should have this in the network. Okay, it's on hold. But if you like what you've created, just say yes. And it's building. Now it's asking, do you want to add all feature classes that participate in data_ND to the map? Yes. Let's see what this looks like in its entirety. Boom. Here, let me turn off catalog now. Oh, before I do that, you're going to see that within catalog now, the network is an icon is there for the network, and you'll see it shows data ND junctions. It's showing those nodes of connectivity, and also the original layer roads Shawnee that I created is there too. But now you see the junction points as well as the general network. So I'm going to now close down catalog, and let me move some things around here. There we go. Wow, what good work I do. Okay, stop moving things around. Now in the table of contents, you'll see also that the new elements have been added. Data ND junctions and edges too. So once we get deeper and deeper into Network Analyst, even more new data, new icons will be created. But in general, everybody, that is how you create the network. And just to keep things real, I'm going to turn off a couple of these other layers. So that way it's just easier for me to work with it. So you don't have to leave all these points on or anything like that. Don't worry, it'll work fine with you just turning it off so you could see better.